first, guys. Always make sure to take care of your canvas. If you have a really good canvas, you're already 70% there. So don't think of makeup as the solution to problematic skin. It's just there to help you, but don't neglect your skin. Always take good care of it. I do have a skincare video if you want to see what I use. I have very dry skin, so it's kind of geared towards that, but always take care of your skin, you guys. That's the most important thing, most important advice I can give you. Don't think that makeup is just going to cover up everything. It's like a magic wand and it's just going to make you look completely flawless. I mean, it's going to help you a lot, but it won't help you achieve a perfectly flawless, filter looking type of skin. So just try to remember to always take good care of your skin. Right now you can see that I don't really have any bumps, but I do have kind of like discoloration all over my skin. I have these freckles. My skin is very, very fair, almost see-through looking. So you can see all the veins, all my veins on my eyes. So I'm going to show you how I cover that up, as well as what techniques I use so my foundation doesn't look cakey. So I already washed my face and I've already moisturized. I use this moisturizer here from Charlotte Leroux, and it's the Firming Day Cream. That's what I use. It's a very emollient type of moisturizer. It's very thick, and that's why I love this moisturizer, because my skin, like I said, it's dry, so I need something that's very, very thick. And that's also the key to making my foundation look flawless and not cakey, is when your skin is very moisturized. So I'm just showing you guys what I do, but of course you kind of have to customize this for your skin. So I'm going to show you what I use. I use the Por-Fessional because I do have some pores right in this area that are pretty visible. So I just get a little bit of that. And I'm mainly going to put it in the areas that I need it, not all over my face. So I'm going to push it into the side of my nose, as well on top of my nose, and a little bit on the forehead. So on this step, when you're priming, use whatever primer works best for you. If you have oily skin, use a primer that's going to help you control your oils. If you have dry skin, you can use a moisturizing primer. So use whatever primer works good for you. So from here, depending on what foundation you use, you can oomph the glow factor if you want. And what I do is I use the Glowtion Day Dew by Pixi, and it has like these pearlescent pearls inside the lotion. And I will just put that mainly on my cheeks. So just to give my skin a little bit more glow in this area, I just put it right here on the cheeks. And you can kind of see that it has like a little bit of iridescence. Just on the high areas, I'll put a little bit, whatever's left over on my brow bone as well. Any place you want a little bit more glow. Okay, and now I'm going to go on with my foundation. I have been loving this Infallible Pro Glow by L'Oreal. My shade is 204 Natural Buff, and I have been loving this foundation. It gives me a very flawless coverage without looking too cakey. It's very runny, but it has really good coverage. So I'm just going to use my fingers because I feel like that's what's been working the best for me. But you can use any type of buffing brush. You just want to make sure that you're really working the foundation into your skin. So don't just put it on and kind of just slap it on and leave it there. You really got to work it into your skin. Make sure that your skin soaks it up, not just sitting on top of the skin, if that makes sense. So I'm just taking some with my fingers, and I always start off right here on the largest part of my face, and I just work it in. So you can see here, I'm just rubbing it in like a lotion. And then you kind of want to go sheer at first and then build up in any areas that you need. When you get to the outer edges, make sure that you really are blending the foundation. You don't want to look like you have a mask anywhere. And then when I get to the nose, I'm just very careful to not disturb the primer underneath. So I just kind of, I'm not as rough on the nose area. And then you'll notice that I don't put any foundation in this area right here. So no foundation around the eye because I'm going to use concealer to cover that up. So I don't like to layer a lot of products if I don't necessarily have to. So just leave that area blank. And then this is very, very important. You want to take foundation and you want to run it down your neck. It's just going to look like you have really good looking skin because you're not going to be able to see any type of different texture or look between the neck and your face. So it's just going to look like you really have beautiful, flawless skin because you're not going to be able to see like that mask type of look. So I do have like a bit of redness going on in my face, but that's natural because I just like rubbed my face really hard with the foundation. But after a while it will calm down and it'll go away. I have like fuzz on my face. Okay, now I'm going to go in with concealer, and I use 2 concealers. I know that might be a little bit high maintenance, but I need it because I have a lot of freckles going on here. So the first one I use is this Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. And this one is not as light. It's light, but not very, very light. It kind of blends into my skin color when I blend it out. So this one is mainly just to cover up the spots, any imperfections. And then I bring it down to the side of my nose because I have a little bit of redness here. So I bring it down there, and then whatever is left over I'll put it on my eyelid because I use it as a primer as well for my eyeshadows. And then I just go in with my fingers. Again, you can use a sponge, you can use a brush, whatever you are comfortable with. But I just use my fingers to really work it in there. It takes longer with your fingers, but it really gets it into the skin. For this next concealer, I use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this is in the shade Fair. And this one is really, really, really light. And this is what I use to brighten and highlight. So I use not that much, just 3 dots right there, and then that's enough. So with this concealer, I do use a sponge. And the reason why I didn't use a sponge the first go around was because I really need all the coverage I can get. And so I don't like to use anything that's going to pick up any type of product. And with this one, I'm just layering, so it kind of works out because I don't want too much product with this concealer. I want it to be a little bit softer. And then from here, I want to add some color back into my skin, so I like to use the Smashbox. These are the step-by-step contour sticks. It looks like this. And so I like to use these to add a little bit more definition back into my face, some warmth, because right now I look really, really light, really pale. And I want to put that sun-kissed glow back into my skin. Not that I had it before, but you know what I mean. And then I'm going to use the Real Techniques contour brush for this. Really work it into your hairline. Again, you don't want it to, you want everything to blend really well. And if you want to contour, you can leave it like this if you want. But if you want to do some contouring, really get the definition into your skin, you can go in with the Smashbox contour stick, the same little set. And I just do it really lightly, just on the cheeks. And then a little bit under the nose. And a little bit on my chin. So now I'm done with all the cream products. So now I'm going to set everything with powder. And I use the Laura Mercier powder. It looks like this. But I don't put it all over my face. So I just put it in certain areas. I'm taking a Sonia Kashuk contouring brush like this. And this also helps make your contour look really sharp. I'm sure you guys seen this trick. You just run it right underneath the contour. I'll kind of like create a little chin guard with it. Because if you like to rest your hands on your face, then you really need to do this step so that it will last longer. And then with the sponge, I'll put some underneath my eyes. And right now you're going to look crazy. Like I totally think I look super crazy right now, but it'll all come together in the end. I mean, I haven't done my eyebrows. My face just looks pretty naked right now. And when you bake, it really makes your makeup last forever. So this is also a good foundation routine if you want your makeup to last a really long time. So then I'm just going to let those bake, and I'm going to do my brows and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so at this point, all the translucent powder has sunken into the skin. So I'm taking a large fluffy powder brush and I'm just going to wipe it off as well as blend it in to the face. So I don't have any powder on this brush. I'm just kind of using whatever I have and working it around the skin because I don't want a lot of powder. I just want a little fine layer. You can see here that I'm using bronzer to set the areas that I have cream bronzer. That's going to make it last even longer as well. That's a good tip if you want your makeup to really last. Just do layers like that, a cream and then a powder to set. Then I'm taking this Pixi Glow and I'm just putting that on the high points of my face, on the cheeks as well as above the brow. And for blush, I'm just using this blush by Rimmel. It's a peachy color, it's matte. And I'm going to put that right in between the highlight and the bronzer. And of course, the last and final step, and one of the most important steps to getting flawless looking skin, is always setting your makeup with a fixie mist. This is by Pixi. This is going to make all the powders kind of blend into the skin and make it look more like skin instead of powder. And it's also going to make your It's also going to make your makeup last forever. If you do your setting spray and you feel like you look too greasy, or if you feel like maybe you're a little bit too glowy, you can always go back in with just a little tiny bit of setting powder. Sometimes I'll just put a little bit right here on my chin and a little bit right here like on the center of my forehead and just a little bit on my nose. So you can make the certain spots matte or look flat if you want to, but always just keep the sides of your face very glowy. So that is it. Once you have all the rest of your makeup on, it doesn't look as crazy. Everything kind of just comes together. I know that it looks a little bit weird when you don't have eye makeup on and everything else is kind of blank. But once everything is all put together, it just comes together, it looks great. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful. If you have any questions, as always, just leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you guys. And thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps and I will see you guys in the next video.